Hi, I'm Sherry, Miss Cruse, and today we're going to have story time, and the book I will read today is The Little Mouse, the Red Ripe Strawberry, and the Big Hungry Bear, written by Dawn and Audrey Wood, and illustrated by Dawn Wood. The Little Mouse, the Red Ripe Strawberry, and the Big Hungry Bear. Hello, little mouse. What are you doing? Oh, I see. Are you going to pick that red, ripe strawberry? But little mouse, haven't you heard about the big hungry bear? Oh, how that bear loves red, ripe strawberries. The big hungry bear can smell a red, ripe strawberry a mile away. Especially one that has just been picked. Boom, boom, boom! The bear will tromp through the forest on his big, hungry feet and sniff, 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 find the strawberry. No matter where it is hidden. Or who is guarding it? Or how it is disguised? Quick! There's only one way in the whole wide world to save a red, ripe strawberry from the big hungry bear. Cut it in two. Share half with me. And we'll both eat it all up. Yum! Now that's one red ripe strawberry the big hungry bear will never get. The end. Hello, I'm Mrs. Cruse, and today we're going to talk all about this scene here. Now I don't know if you know what these are, but I'm going to think that you're very familiar with the end product made from these. In fact, maybe you eat it every week. So to talk about these beans, these seeds, we have to talk about a rainforest. And we're going to take a look at my map here. And we're going to look where these were native, where they originally came from. So here we are in Houston, right here in our map. And then we're going to move down into Mexico and into Central America, and we have countries like Guatemala and Belize and El Salvador and Nicaragua, Honduras, and then we move down into South America. But we're going to stay in the northern part of South America. So we're going to look at Peru and Colombia and Venezuela, and that's where this small understory tree that comes from the rainforest. Well, these beans are where we get chocolate. Yes, chocolate. So these are called cacao beans. You might be familiar with cocoa, but we call these cacao until they're roasted. So these beans have been roasted, so we can now start to call these cocoa beans. But the story starts centuries ago, thousands of years ago, down along here in Central America and northern South America. We had ancient civilizations, people that were very advanced. We had the Olmecs, and we had the Mayans, and we had the Aztecs. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of any of those ancient civilizations, but those were the people that lived in this area. They were very sophisticated. They studied the stars. They built massive buildings and communities, and they were very intelligent, advanced people. But we have archaeological records, so scientists that read history by digging up old artifacts and studying them, and they've learned a lot about these ancient civilizations, and we know that they were using these beans, roasting them, and drinking a very dark, almost you can think of hot chocolate, but hot chocolate that we have today, you will add sugar to and possibly milk. So it would taste very different. And it was very precious to them. And only their kings, their emperors, their priests, and their warriors were able to utilize these cacao beans and make this drink. They used the drink in ceremonies. They used it for weddings, for sacrifices. So it was very important to their communities. They would add other products from the rainforest. This, which just looks like a dried stick here, is actually a vanilla bean. And you know vanilla, that flavor that we have in many of our foods, added to many of our foods, it actually is a product of the rainforest as well. It is from an orchid flower, and this is the bean pod that's produced. Now this is dry, so it's very shriveled. Might be a little hard for you to see. But if we were to soak this in some hot water, it would get very soft again, and we would be able to squeeze out and extract all the little seeds, and all that flavor is vanilla. So they use many things from the rainforest to flavor, and chiles and corn to flavor this drink. They also used these beans as a form of money. They could buy a chicken or an avocado. They were very precious to them. So we need to think about the rainforest and think about how the rainforest is structured. So if you've learned it all about the rainforest, you know that the rainforest is in layers. The top trees, the largest trees, around 120 feet tall, are called the emergents. And then we come down to the canopy layer, and those trees are about 80 feet tall on average. And then we come down into the understory, and that's where the cacao tree grows. Down in the understory of the rainforest, it's a small tree on average 25 to 30 feet, and it likes the shade, and it likes the soft mountainous regions of the rainforest. So these beans, these seeds, are formed in these pods. Now this is a dried pod, and it's about a medium-sized pod. So I have this chocolate cookbook here. It's Green and Blacks. It's a British company that produces organic chocolates for the market, but it's got some wonderful pictures. They were sourced down in Belize, which is this little small Central American country that sits on the Caribbean Ocean Sea. And this is a picture of a fresh cacao pod. They do come in colors of these greens with the purples and reds to oranges and to yellows. So inside, once they're opened, you will find an average of 30 to 40 beans in each pod. They are, before we get to the beans inside, I'm going to show some of the different varieties so you can see the bright colors. Some of the different varieties come in. And it's a little chilly outside today, so my hands with my gloves on aren't working quite right. So Give me just a moment here. I want to find a picture of the inside of the pod for you. If you think about a pumpkin, when you open up a pumpkin and it has all of the membrane holding the stringy orange stuff that holds the seeds together, well, the inside of a cacao pod is similar with this membrane holding all the seeds. Again, about 30 to 40 seeds. And so the farmer will cut open the pods, take out all of the membrane and the seeds. They will save some of this because they make a drink out of this white material. It's sweet. It tastes a little bit, maybe a cross between a banana and a mango, if you could think about that. But they remove all of the seeds and they spread them out. They spread them out, and they need to then go in a big vat and a big barrel or big container, and they ferment for a matter of time, a couple of weeks, depends on the humidity level where they are, and then they spread them out to dry in the sun, and then they're ready to package to be shipped off to the manufacturer that makes the chocolate bars. So now once they're shipped to a manufacturer, you can think of, like, everybody's heard of, say, Hershey's chocolate bars, very popular. They ship them, they roast the beans, now we're calling them cocoa beans, and they remove the outside, the seed coat. So this brown part, the seed coat, is removed, and what they end up with is the inside, and it's now, they call it nibs. I don't know how well you can see it. I've got this dark glove on, but these are called nibs, N-I-B-S, and this is the very beginning of the process. Now they will take these, they will grind them further into almost a liquid, and from that they will make all their different types of chocolate products. Whether they grind them all the way and they end up with, say, a cocoa powder. This is Ghirardelli, which is a very old chocolate company out of San Francisco. It's saying it was founded in 1852, so that's quite old. So this would be, you could make a hot cocoa drink from this, you could bake brownies or chocolate cakes. So you would utilize this for cooking. And of course, everybody knows all about delicious chocolate bars. So we have many different kinds available now. So this is a dark chocolate, so it has 85% cacao. That meaning it has a high concentration of your plain dark chocolate. Then we have milk chocolate, which is where it's been had the milk added and sugar added, and that's probably the product that you're the most familiar with and probably really enjoy eating. And then you've probably heard of white chocolate. Well, white chocolate really isn't, it's more of a confection. It does have cocoa butter in it. So when you press these beans, and part of the processing is you can separate the fats, the cocoa butter from this, and then the chocolate liquor from this, and make the different products. So when they take out the cocoa butter, that's what they will add with sugar and milk to make this white chocolate. It's very, very sweet. I personally don't really care for the white chocolate, but many people do and enjoy it that way. So next time you're enjoying chocolate, however they might be, a chocolate ice cream bar, a chocolate cake, a brownie, just think about the history of thousands of years where people have been enjoying chocolate in many different forms. And think about the rainforest, and think about where it came from, and enjoy your chocolate.